Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and today we're going to have what I hope is a quick chat over The Other Daughter by Lisa Gardner. So, The Other Daughter was published by Bantam Books in 1999. The bulk of the story is set in 1997, although the prologue and bits of flashback go to 1977. The premise of the story is that Russell Lee Holmes, who was a pedophile uh, serial killer, basically, has been convicted of 6 murders of low income uh, white trash kids, basically. He himself is illiterate white trash and he doesn't care. He's been convicted, he admitted it. He's got the death penalty in Texas, and they are going to fry him. The same day that he goes to the electric chair, a 9-year-old girl winds up in a hospital in Boston. She has amnesia. Nobody comes to claim her. And one of the doctors from that hospital was the father of one of the children that Russell Lee admitted to killing. Eventually, the family of the doctor decides that they want to adopt this little girl. They call her Melanie, and she lives with them. 20 years later, in 1997, somebody thinks that this family knows more about Megan's death than anybody has ever come forward with. And we find that out because people start getting notes and really gross little presents and weird shrines set up in their house. And so the story slowly starts to unfold so that you can see exactly how screwed up and dysfunctional this upper class rich doctor's family really is. So, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you probably know that a slow burn thriller, serial killer, family drama book is really not something I typically pick up. That's why I'm doing this. A good friend of mine was getting ready to read it, and we'd been talking about maybe trying to start a long distance book club or something. And so when she mentioned she was getting ready to read it, I picked it up from the library so that we could discuss it when we've both finished it. I don't know how far along she is in the book, but I did finish it yesterday. So let's get to talking about what I liked and disliked about it. First of all, what I liked was that the author obviously went to Huntsville, and I did read the foreword after I finished reading the book, and she mentions having visited Huntsville prison and done the research, and you could really tell she's also done the research on the medical terminology. Several of the characters in the book are cardiologists or private practice doctors, and you can tell that she researched that and police and FBI terminology as well. It's really well done, seamlessly put in the book. There's not any part of it where I was reading it and went, that ain't right. However, I am not a doctor, an FBI agent, or a policeman, so there could have been something small that I missed. But all of the big stuff made sense and was definitely something that I remember from going through my nursing classes, my CNA classes. I didn't go through nursing, I went through CNA, things of that nature. So I really appreciated that. And I appreciated the way she handled the death penalty and all of that jazz, even though we did not have the death penalty in Texas in 1977. In the foreword, she mentions that, so I forgive her. I also really like the romance that evolves during the book, which is odd because it's almost insta lovey, but it's not insta love. And I really liked the two characters that fell for each other. So that was great until the last page, where it all of a sudden felt like gross insta love, and it really frustrated me. I also really enjoyed most of the character arcs for the book. I thought they were well done. What I did not enjoy was the fact that the book itself was such a slow start that it bogged me down, and it took me 3 to 4 days to read the first 130 pages and then like 2 hours to read the last 200 or so pages because the action finally started and I got into it. I also had a couple of issues with one of the kind of secondary main characters and the way his story arc was handled, and his character did not arc at all. He kind of flatlined. And I had issues with the main character, Melanie, who has amnesia and cannot remember anything from before the time she was 9 and dumped off at the hospital. And I felt like it just wasn't as believable as it could be. So it wasn't huge issues, but it still brought my enjoyment level down. So I gave this book a 3 to a 3.4 stars overall. That's all I've got for you guys on The Other Daughter by Lisa Gardner. If you have read it, please let me know your thoughts down below. If you have not read it but are now intrigued, let me know that as well. And basically just tell me anything else you want to holler at me down in the comment section. If you want to check out our little Facebook book club experiment, you can find us at www.facebook.com/Ranger Book Club. The R, B, and C are all capitalized. I cannot word today. They are all capitalized, and I will try to remember to link it down below. I will talk to you guys again very soon. And until then, I hope that you read something good and write something even better. Bye.